That's not fucking annoying at all.
I'm joking.
That wasn't annoying. Welcome back. That's all I have to say. Welcome back to the Don't Think Too Hard podcast. The podcast brought to you by Machi, Andre, Jacob Bianchini. Fuck, no.
What happened to no last names? It's okay. Follow me on Instagram.
It's okay, man. It took him a year to stop saying my last name. You'll get there.
Welcome back to the Don't Think Too Hard podcast. The podcast brought to you by Machi, Andre, Jacob, Patrick, and unfortunately, we have very, very sad news to say. Jonny is no longer a part of the podcast. Not because he did anything bad. He didn't get fired. He didn't die.
He broke both his legs and he can no longer walk to Machi's house.
No, I'm joking. No, he just has personal stuff going on, so he took a step back from the podcast. Won't get into it. Jonny, thank you so much for everything you've done for us. It was an honest pleasure working with you. Discussing some of the nonsensical things from why octopi are so fucked up to what was the other conversation you guys had?
Having swinger nights at his co-worker's house.
No one lives life like Jonny does.
Yeah, he's a one of a kind, but we love him for that. You know, he's a special character, kind of like me.
Your life's not as exciting.
I know it's definitely like Johnny's got main character vibes.
Yeah, man.
I am 100% content being a side character. You know what? Not even a side character, an extra.
Yeah, you know.
I don't think you're an extra.
No,
I think you're like fourth.
Yeah, fourth lead. You can be okay. You know how usually there's the main character, and then there's the main character's best friend, but they don't live together. But the main character's best friend has a roommate. So one time in the season, they go back to the best friend's house to pick up something that he forgot, and you just pop out the bedroom and you're just like, "Yo, what are you guys doing here?" And then you have like a little conversation, and then they leave, and then you're done.
Yeah, but you know what happens? Twitter blows up and being like, "Hawk guy on." Hot guy on this show.
Oh my god, did you see the guy in like season 3 episode 2?
Timestamp 1538.
Yeah, maybe. Man, that's good though.
I'm okay being that.
That's good. I just know that if anything actually does happen, I'm not making it out because I'm so exceptionally mediocre at everything. Right in the middle. It's very good. So that's how I know. Nothing too bad happens, but nothing too good happens. So I'm very balanced in that way. So it's a good thing on my end.
So you hold the boomstick.
Ooh, I'd hold the boomstick. I was literally watching, when I was in Toronto, they were shooting The Boys, and we're like watching it, me and my cousin, and then you can literally see the friggin' boomstick guy just like holding it. I was like, they haven't like figured out a way to do this without having a man just friggin' stand like this.
Right? Like no, seriously. You
figured out another way.
You would think videography and like all that stuff would kind of like be expanded to the point where you could have some sort of hidden mics or something.
Or not even just that. Like you can dangle a person, but you can't dangle a microphone anywhere. You don't have like a crane or even a friggin' tripod or something that can just hold up the mic in the position you need it to be. That can be adjustable. Literally like a little lever. Just do this. Adjust the mic.
Or like a remote, a guy. You can have a guy still.
Yes.
But just have the guy sitting down and
just
resting
control the thing.
and not.
That's what I'm saying.
With like a joystick, just moving the boomstick as he needs to.
Or even that, because we don't want to get rid of jobs here, man. Jobs are important.
Yeah.
People work hard to get there, so we gotta keep all the jobs.
What kind of university do we have to go through to be a boomstick guy?
Yo, they actually make like $50K a year.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Which isn't great, but it's better than nothing. Bro.
But they don't work full time either. Like they're just.
Don't they? Why wouldn't they?
No, they
depends how good of a boomstick guy you are.
No, but they would work. I'm assuming they would work. Like you're not filming a movie for 365
Okay,
days.
but I also don't think one boomstick guy stays at the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, say they were filming The Boys. He had The Boys filming that next day, but the next day after that, they were probably filming something else, so he has to go do that one. I don't think he's The Boys boomstick operator, and he only stays with them, and he travels wherever they go just to hold the boomstick.
You think like Kevin Hart has his like own personal boomstick guy?
Well, Kevin Hart has his own personal everything, so I honestly wouldn't even be surprised.
Imagine. Shows up to a movie and he's like, I don't like this guy. I got a guy, don't worry.
Terry, I need you to come here.
See, I say all that to say, if any person needs a personal boomstick guy, I am available. I have some media experience.
Mediocre boomstick guy.
Right at the top of my resume, it says exceptionally mediocre at my job. And I have some sound experience. I did spent a lot of time doing the sound stuff for the podcast and for my other podcasts. So you know what I mean? Just hit me up. I'm available. I know what sounds good and what doesn't. Usually when there's static in the background, that's a big no-no. You don't want that. I know that.
Fuck. It's like a bad day to record a podcast.
Why? You got COVID?
No, see, you remember when the start of COVID happened?
Yeah.
And sorry to change up the conversation like this, but when the start of COVID happened, people were genuinely scared to cough.
Oh, and that's still a thing.
Or you see someone coughing and everybody was like, oh my God, get away from that guy.
Well, I'm coming off a pretty bad, not cold, but it was like a sore throat leading into a cough. This was a week and a half ago. All my symptoms have long since gone. I just have a cough still. And I'm genuinely still insecure to cough.
That's disgusting.
Oh.
How dare you?
Who cares?
How?
Literally,
No, but it's one of those where you're in public and you're in Sobeys and you got a cough and you're like... Ladies in front of you just looking at you like, what the fuck is that guy doing?
Fucking veins start popping out of your head and shit because you're trying to hold it in.
Oh my God. No,
yeah.
That's disgusting, though. You should get that checked.
A cough?
Don't you dare cough again for the rest of this podcast.
That microphone is now permanently your microphone.
It's been permanently mine.
I just realized. Oh, I guess he has the other one. So I guess it's fair still.
Oh, yeah, he does have the other one, doesn't he? We should probably get that back from him.
Are you going to give him back his? Oh my God, that didn't last fucking a minute. You couldn't even last a minute, man. So
with Corona, is there a thing? Do you guys think we can be going into another lockdown? Or do you think the lockdown will be specifically for people who are unvaccinated?
Well, I mean...
No, we're not going into a lockdown anymore. I think we're done with that.
We're going into an unvaccinated lockdown, basically, because with the vaccine passports, they're like, if you want to do anything, you need to be vaccinated.
That's the way I think it should be.
So it's basically a lockdown for everyone who's not vaccinated. You can go outside and that's it.
I'm playing in a soccer season, right?
Yeah.
And it was like they told the captain, they told him, yo, by the way, 2 weeks, the season starts next week.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, by the way, you need a vaccine to play. No vaccine, you can't play. So we have 6 guys on our team who are like, yo, I'm not getting vaccinated. So there's this huge kerfuffle in the group chat. And I didn't know these things existed. But apparently they don't, because we've since debunked the situation, and since they have since been removed from the team. Mm-hmm. But they were pleading for these they were trying to get these COVID cards where you can manually fill out that you had a vaccine.
Well, how would that work?
You can literally just put, I got Moderna.
You Photoshop a card, and then it was date of vaccine taken, what type of vaccine, name, signature, stamp. And they would do a fake stamp, for example, and then they would photocopy it. Be like, hey, I don't have the original, but here's a photocopy. Just to get into the facilities. But we, as a group, said, no, you can't do that, fuck off. If you don't get the vaccine, you're off the team.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. I mean, everybody's complaining that the government's controlling what we can do with this vaccine passport and this and that. And it's
that's the fucking point.
It's if you don't want to get vaccinated, you're risking other people. Stop being selfish and go get the needle. And then you can do whatever you want.
Yes. But there was also this side. I didn't plan on talking about the vaccines today. But
it's just where the conversation has led us.
You're not thinking too hard about it, buddy. It's also one of those things where, those people who are anti-vaxxers, they can go fuck themselves. Straight up. Like, you know who you are. Fuck
That
you.
escalated quickly.
Like, you know who you are. Fuck you. Get out.
Plan out talking about the vaccines because it's a very sensitive topic. Go fuck yourself. Okay.
But for those of you who are like genuinely concerned, not really like, oh, they're gonna microchip me, my babies. No, for those of you who are generally concerned about your health, whether it's your age, whether you just can't take the vaccine, yeah, that's valid. And to their credit, like, anyone else think this, like, I trust our medical systems because our medical systems could be a lot worse looking around the globe at some other medical institutions. However, I just feel like the vaccine was created a little bit too quick.
Why?
Because if you look at like the other vaccines throughout, like the SARS one, when the SARS pandemic happened, that vaccine didn't come out till like 3-4 years after.
Do you know how vaccine
Technology wasn't
Do you know how
anywhere
research
near
is
what
done?
it is now, though.
What?
Do you know how research is done?
No.
Let me give you a little example.
Well, I can't. Okay.
When
okay.
I was
Give me an
in
example.
undergrad, okay, I had to do a undergraduate thesis. For this, I needed research.
Okay.
Okay, so in order to do research, you need ethics approval.
Okay.
And when I approved, this was my assignment. Give you was to get someone to pedal on a bicycle, and have a quick shock to get like their muscle to twitch. Right. I applied to ethics once. 4 months. No, I had more than 4 months because I started 4 months and I had co-op, then 4 months. So I had a year basically. It took 6 months for them to tell me to make one change. And then I sent it back in. It took 3 more months for them to tell me, okay, good, you're good to go. You know what this means? 90% of research is spent just waiting for approval for things. So when you start fast tracking things, you actually be like, oh, this is COVID research. Let me just look at it. All of that waiting time is cut by like 90%. So instead of you're waiting a year for approval, especially when you're getting to like human trials, you know how long freaking ethics takes for that stuff?
Yeah.
It's way quicker. And that's the thing that takes so long.
No, I understand that. That makes a lot of sense. So, like, obviously they're trying to fast track things. All I'm saying is that it just, like, from the moment this outbreak happened to the moment this vaccine was widely distributed and widely available, just seemed like a movie. Seemed way too quick. Like, you know when an episode is like,
you why.
What?
I just told you why.
I know you told me why, but I'm just like,
Plus there's
it's okay to question that.
Plus there's other more conspiratorial, which I probably actually believe.
Which are?
I don't know if I want to say it on here just because the vaccine's very sensitive. I don't want to see it taken down. But allegedly, not even allegedly, I'm joking. This is a joke. This is a joke. Haha, funny joke. We can make jokes, right? So basically, this was a virus that was being formed and made within a laboratory in the city of Wuhan, China, which means they technically have been studying this virus for years already. So having a vaccine within a year, they weren't starting from scratch.
Yeah, that's true.
There are also some people
Well,
that they probably had it already.
Well, no,
They could have done it
there were
immediately.
there were some
So-
cases where people were incredibly sick prior to the quote unquote outbreak. Like, people think that this virus has been in circulation a lot longer than we think it
No,
has been.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying there's a big building, brick and mortar, where they're like, hey, we test viruses here. We make viruses and just see how it goes. And, got out from there. So they already have...
So scary what humans can do, if
But
that's the case.
I'm obviously joking because if we all know that Ronaldo scored 2 goals yesterday and it was a great debut for such a prolific GOAT of
All
a
I'm gonna
striker
say,
is all I'm saying.
I sent that to mine and Jacob's group chat, and Jacob's like, "Yeah, the goalie fucked up twice. He fucked up once. I felt like the nutmeg shot. That was just like a shot he should have saved, but a lot of goalies don't make that save. Like, it was bad goalkeeping. With
100%.
the one where he gave him the rebound, that was just
Hey,
mind-numbing error.
I did see after the fact that the center back did deflect the shot as it was going to the keeper, but it still like bounced right in front of him.
Hey man, you have that ball in your foot. Your job is to put the ball in the net. However it happens, it happens. Okay?
Yeah, no.
It counts
another
for the
thing.
same.
Another thing that I did read, like in Ronaldo's credit. Damn, we jumped that conversation like crazy.
I did that on purpose.
Holy shit, okay. Yeah, another thing that Ronaldo, like the thing that Ronaldo does so well, as well as like the likes of Lewandowski and Benzema and all those Giroud,
all the poachers.
Well, Lewandowski's not a poacher. He's the best striker on the planet. But what they do best is, no matter what the situation is, if you rewind that play, right? You play that play 1,000 times. 994 times the keeper catches that ball.
100%.
But it's that one time, it's that striker instinct that out of those 1,000 times, you are going to that ball 1,000 times. In case of that 1% chance that there's an error.
Those guys have stink. All the defenders were there. Ronaldo's the only one that moved.
Yeah.
And that's a thing. People don't consider these things. People's like, yeah, I was open then, I was a tap-in. But then there were 4 other guys there that could have done the same thing and kicked it the other way.
But it's the 1% chance. Like that those 4 defenders are looking at that ball bouncing towards the keeper and saying, "Oh, I don't need to move. He's got it." But Ronaldo says, "There's that 1% chance. It's my killer instinct to go to the ball. Yeah. I'm gonna go in case there's a mistake," and that's what happened.
That is the one thing. I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I don't like him. I don't think he's the best player ever. But if I need one person to be in the right spot at the right time, Ronaldo is 100% the best player at doing that.
Oh,
he's always where he needs to be on the field, except for when he's on the floor doing this, fucking flailing his arms and shit. But he's like. He sees what's going to happen ahead of time, and he's always in the right spot.
All I know is this was the perfect weekend for Ronaldo. So I came back, scored 2 goals for his basically the club that made him. His mom cried. Juventus lost. It was just like it was literally the perfect weekend for Ronaldo and Ronaldo fans.
The Juve game.
See, now finally Juve seeing why.
I came on this podcast a month ago, I think, around there, and I said, I'm confident in a league title. Let's just get to the Champions League. Bro, Arsenal has more wins than Juve right now.
We do.
Juve's played 3 games, and they've blown 2 leads, and they lost to a newly promoted side.
We did that
Or they tied a newly promoted club.
Oh, no. We lost. We lost.
They were winning 2-0 in the first game. They tied 2-2. Was it a tie or a loss? I don't remember. And then they were beating Napoli on Saturday, and they choked the chicken and lost.
But Napoli's also contending for a title, so it's like, okay, those games you shouldn't drop points, but it's not the end of the world. That's the problem with Dortmund. It's like we'll draw Bayern, we'll get points out of Bayern, but we'll lose to fucking Augsburg.
I don't know. Like the first game was 100% on Szczesny. Szczesny shit the bed. Yesterday, the goal that Napoli tied the game was going far post, and Szczesny tried to like dive and catch it when he should have just palmed it out. So he went to catch it, dropped the ball, tap into the net. It's like I find he's trying to do too much. He just needs to make the simple plays.
That second goal was pretty bad defending. That's what that was.
Yeah.
How about
But now Juve is seeing why no Arsenal fan ever rated Szczesny, because he just went to Juve and he's just like, yo, I'm nasty now. And I was like, what the fuck happened? You were here for this long.
Disrespecting my guy. But no, to be fair, he doesn't even start for Poland. Our manager picks Fabianski over him, which tells you all you need to know.
Fabianski is
Szczesny played the whole Euros.
Yeah, no, but that's because Fabianski was hurt. Fabianski's our starter. And now we have that new kid coming from Fiorentina.
But that's Fabianski isn't good either, bro.
Who?
Fabianski's not good.
He's not, but if he's playing over Szczesny, you should tell you enough you need to know.
Not at Arsenal. Szczesny played over him at Arsenal.
Arsenal's a scary guy. Also,
when you have Gigi Buffon playing for your club for 20 years,
97 years,
and then you go to Szczesny, obviously there's going to be a drop off. We're going from the goat to the fucking scrub. Like, let's
He's
be
not
serious.
a scrub. Like, come on, you guys are. He's not. Listen. I would take him at Dortmund.
Okay.
Don't tell me you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't take him.
I think he's a solid. He's not a. Listen, he's not a world beater, but I think he's a solid keeper.
Both
he
of
is a
our
solid
keepers.
keeper, but he's just not been.
I agree with you guys. Well, I don't agree because
listen.
you guys never made the point, but I would say that he's definitely not a keeper at the elite level contending for a Champions League spot.
If Chesney cut out his mistakes, he'd be like top 10 keeper in the world.
Facts.
But he's very mistake prone, and that's his issue. That's his biggest problem.
Yeah. If Thomas Meunier cut out his mistakes, he'd be a pretty decent right back too.
Well, you could say that about anybody, but like a keeper is the one position on a team that you do not want making mistakes.
Yeah.
Like
if we're going into fucking Leafland, Freddie Anderson got run out of the city because he made mistakes here and there once in a while in the games that he wasn't saving our ass for the previous 4 years. But let's not get into that.
Okay, fine. Because that's a whole heated discussion. No, but like, so what's not a keeper mistake? Just a crazy shot like that Bruno shot?
No, I mean, a goal is a goal. Like, score. Like, you try and save it if you don't. Like, the second goal that Juve let in, that's not a keeper mistake. That's just poor defending and and then it went in, right?
Well, the
second one, right? So, like, you're going to score. But, I mean, when there's, like, certain decisions keepers make where it seems very obvious. Like, he was talking about the first one. If you're diving that far for a shot, keepers are going to push it out as far to the side as they can.
Yeah.
Sometimes they hit it right back in the middle. That's a keeper mistake. Sometimes they do what Chesney do and try and catch it for some reason and then drop it while in midair and then do stuff like that. Then there's the obvious, you're clearing the ball, you give it right to the striker. There's keeper mistakes that are clearly keeper mistakes. There are other ones that were like, oh, he should have saved that, but like no one's gonna run you out or call you complete dirt or like death threat you if you like let in like an easy kind of goal. Like that goal that went through the guy's legs. Goal. Like, yeah, he should have saved that, but that wasn't a mistake. It happens sometimes. Yeah. Right? It's not a mistake. It's
like, oh, you could have saved that, but it went in. Like it's whatever.
Yeah. That's why I think that second goal. First of all, that pass and the run by Ronaldo was brilliant. Can I just Paul Pogba though?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes.
He's a fucking menace.
Yes.
It's not even fair. Yo, when that guy is playing like an international Paul Pogba at the club level, he is genuinely a top 3 midfielder on the planet.
Yeah, man.
It's just a matter of being consistent, man. Oh.
Yo, I don't know. Listen, people have been saying how Pogba's been underperforming for United for such a long time. I didn't have like the same sentiment. Like, I think he was doing a lot of things that was allowing Man United to run like in games, right? But now he's just like, listen, I'm kind of angry right now, so let me show you what I can actually do.
You know what the thing is?
This guy.
Can I be honest with you?
What?
I just okay. Here's a theory about Paul Pogba.
Okay.
I don't think his play has changed much.
What do you think?
Bro,
is
it's
the
the
players?
I just think now that the balls he's delivering
that they have
are
Bruno,
getting fucking finished.
They got Bruno, they got Greenwood, and they got Ronaldo now. So I guess, maybe. Yeah, that could be it.
Like, I saw this comparison. It was fucking mind-blowing. It was genuinely mind-blowing. It was like, this time last year, Man United starting 11
versus now.
And it was like game 3 of the week, because I think this season it was a little delayed, right?
Yeah.
So last season, game 3 was played still in the transfer window. And this was like pre-Bruno signing.
Okay.
So it was like their top 4 were Martial as striker. Their cam was Pereira.
Right. No.
Their left wing was Lingard, pre-loan. And their right mid was... Fuck, what was their right mid?
Definitely not.
Oh, James.
Rashford would have been on the left, no?
No, he was injured at the time. It was like a comparison from game 3 last season to game 3 this season. And it's like, that was their game 3 last season. This season, they had Ronaldo, Bruno, Sancho, Greenwood, Pogba, Matt. Like, I think his play remained the same, except now he has outlets that know how to fucking play football.
I can actually finish, yeah, man. I don't know, man. And he makes Bruno look so good. People don't realize how fucking good that Pogba makes Bruno look.
Listen, man.
They don't understand.
I'm all for like this. When Bruno first came to the league and this guy scored pens and stuff, and it was like, yo, Bruno this, Bruno that. Like, Bruno's world beater, best midfielder on the planet right now. I never fell for that. I was never a big fan of saying that. I said, give the guy time, let him show this consistently. I think he's showing it enough outside of the Euros.
Yeah.
I think he's showing it enough now. To say this guy is an integral piece in United's success right now.
Oh no,
he is so fucking good for that team.
Will he be an integral piece when he's not scoring 25 goals? Because
I think so.
We'll see.
I think so. I think, dude. I think you take away his pens, and I just think the things he adds on the pitch, whether it's like, it's the thing that Bruno does really well is he's able to break up play so high up the pitch, and you have like immediate counterattacks in the final third. Because if you really think about Bruno's position, like personally, what I think when I see Bruno play is like, this is more of like a box-to-box midfielder, but they're playing him like an attacker.
Yeah.
So when you add that work ethic in the final third, and he's constantly winning balls back, the transition is so quick and so high up the pitch that allows Pogba to be way more free in the deep playmaking role. And then they have even Matic even behind Pogba.
Which is what he needed, or the dumbasses before playing Pogba as a friggin' CDM.
Yeah, and it's like
to make tackles and shit.
Listen, man. I wasn't a fan of Ollie. I'm still not a fan of Ollie. I think this is a situation where his team's kind of carrying him a little bit.
Yeah,
because team's been brilliant, but like, if I'm him, he's earned the right to keep his job. I don't think
for this season.
For the next few seasons, like if they have a good season this year, let's say if they do anything, if they qualify anything above top 4, I think he's a lock for at least 2 more seasons.
He shouldn't be though, because with the team they have, they're literally missing one thing, and that's a proper DM. Because right now, all they have is
here's the thing.
But how many proper DMs is there actually in football? Like, if you think about it.
Basuma, nasty.
Kimmich,
nasty. Conte, Busquets.
Casemiro.
Y'all, Basuma, guys.
Okay, either if you include him, that's 5 in the world.
Yeah, they can get
top level CDMs.
They can get any one of them.
Yeah, they splash enough money. Bastian Schweinsteiger left a prime Bayern Munich after a Champions League to go to Man U, okay? They could get anyone.
But even Schweinsteiger, I don't see as a true CDM. Schweinsteiger was a center mid who was going forward.
They don't need a top class.
They just need
they need someone better than Fred
and Matic. That's the only issue.
Right. But anyways, with the team that they currently have right now, if they're not putting in a serious challenge for the league until the very end, I don't say they have to win, but they have to be in the conversation until the last game day. Then he should be fired.
Sancho is also had a pretty good game. So
I agree with Andre. If United's not fighting until like the last game or the game before, if they're not right in that fight for the title, then I think it's a failure of a season.
It is. And especially since they still haven't won anything since Ollie's been there.
Yeah. 2 finals, no?
That's not
FA
a win.
Cup and
that's not a win.
Europa?
It's not a win.
I know.
They lost them both.
You ain't coming first, you're losing.
They lost them both. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, both of those times, it was literally like, yeah, they should win easily. And then they didn't. It's like there's a curse. Like, only them would go to the Europa final against Villarreal and then lose like 25-23 on penalties.
I'm still baffled at how De Gea could have fucked that. He literally, everything that was asked of him to do, he failed.
He did.
Didn't make a single save. And it wasn't even like, oh, you didn't make a save from like the strike. No, they went through the entire Villarreal 11. Didn't make a single fucking save. His team bailed him out for 11 shooters. And he was up. And he fucking bottled it. I can't believe that.
Oh man, and it was funny because I was watching it, and the whole time before they're like, "Yo, De Gea hasn't made a penalty save in 2 years."
The thing is,
but
they
I was
kept
like, "Yeah,
saying
but he hasn't been in the penalty shootout. Like he's gonna save at least one of these." This guy,
All I'm gonna say,
12.
all I'm gonna say
What?
is, knowing that happened,
Yeah,
I could have been in De Gea's shoes, and maybe I could have done better.
Not even to chance.
by chance, yeah. I mean, statistically, you might have.
Statistically, I could have done better.
Okay, well,
Oh, he didn't save one. He could have done better.
I could have. Listen, there were at least 2 shots that went down the middle. If I stay down the middle for 11 shooters, I am bound to save one.
you gotta have some serious balls.
All I'm saying is I'm scoring my pen as well.
I don't know, bro. Do you have the cojones? Can
like,
you deal with the pressure?
When have you ever seen a goalie in professional football just stay in the middle?
It happens, but people like,
Very rarely, though.
and it only looks good if they make the save. If they stay in the middle and they score the penalty,
Yeah, it's
everyone's
like-
like fucking
Idiot.
an idiot. Like they're just lazy, man. But yeah, I don't know.
It's like,
De
what are you doing? What's the matter for you?
But yeah, so I do think I know you said about the 11, but up until now, the whole Ole reign has been a failure.
Agreed.
They
No,
Yes.
come on.
Yes.
What he did, I feel is overlooked. Look at this team pre-Oli, please, and just tell me that this is a shipwreck of a team. The least you can say is he successfully studied the ship and
What do you
brought
mean?
in the
Who was before Mourinho, right?
Mourinho.
He finished second with them and won the Europa League.
Yo, Mourinho doesn't get enough love. And yo, he did that with that top 4 that was shown.
Yeah, exactly. So no, he didn't do anything. He's done nothing. He's done less than Mourinho's done with more money, more time, and more investment.
While
only thing
cussing
he's-
out the media on a regular basis.
Dude, Mourinho does this thing where I don't know how
3
man.
titles. 3 titles.
I don't know how Mourinho can be regarded as washed and so bad. But then you bring up his track records, and he has trophies in there that I don't remember him making. Like, I don't remember United winning
Because
the Europa.
that's what he does, bro.
I don't remember. Yo, I don't remember.
He won the
United
Champions League with fucking Porto, bro.
And
Yeah, I
yes,
know.
and he's like everything like plays into his hands. The fact that the Super League happened and then Tottenham fired him, and then whoever they had and went and lost the finals, this guy can literally just go around and be like, "Hey, listen, bro, I would have won them their first trophy, but they fired me. Look what happened. If I was there, would have won." He can say that forever now.
He can say that forever. This guy, guarantee you, Roma makes a nice run in the Champions League in the next few years.
They already look good, bro. They already look better than last year, bro.
Abraham looks nice.
I know this guy is.
They're scoring at will, too.
Nah.
They're scoring like 3-4 goals a game.
Can I just say something? Since we're on the footy topic,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have watched it, and most of our listeners probably don't give a shit what I'm about to say.
Did you guys see the Dortmund game yesterday?
Did you guys see the Dortmund game yesterday?
No.
It was the game of the season for the Bundesliga. It was
goodness.
fucking insane. So, give you a quick rundown. We went down early 1-0. This is the beautiful thing about Bundesliga. There's this thing called no fucking defense,
Okay.
and it's so exhilarating. So, we went down 1-0. We tied it up with Haaland header. Then Jude scored. But leading up to the play, there was a foul,
So they called it back.
so they call it back.
Okay.
But the foul was like legit 8 minutes prior.
Okay.
And the reason why they called it back was because Dahoud was Dahoud made the foul
And then
8 minutes ago,
involved.
and he was directly involved. He was passing the ball to Munier, who crossed the ball into Jude.
Now, when you say 8 minutes, how
Yeah,
much time
yeah.
is actually gone? Like what? is
Like
8
7 minutes and 40 seconds.
Sir.
There's
You know
no
how
fucking
long
way.
8 minutes is?
You're telling me play went on for that long and nobody
think-
said, hey, we should check
Do you
VAR?
think you guys kept the ball for 8 straight minutes that led up to a goal? Do you know how long 8 minutes is?
Dude, it was fucking long.
I understand what you're saying. So when you're exaggerating, that's what I'm saying. What is a more like likely thing? Like 30 seconds?
No, way more than that. Like we completed at least like 90 passes within that time.
I doubt it.
I'm gonna watch the highlights of this specific thing. I'm gonna come back here and just fucking laugh at your face. You're like, yeah. So remember when matches said 8 minutes? It was like 15 seconds.
The foul happened. We made a fuckload of passes. We maintained possession. The ball went out.
Yep. So
pass, goal.
So if the ball went out,
no, I meant like out to the wing.
Oh.
Out to the wing, whipped it in, goal. And then they're like, good goal. And everyone's celebrating. Leverkusen is about to kick off. And then they're like, wait. Like, the Leverkusen players weren't even complaining.
Yeah.
They didn't even know. And they called it back. And everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? It's like VAR, no goal. And Dortmund are cheesed. They're all yelling at the referee.
I agree. Like when you keep the ball for 15 extra seconds and make 3 extra passes, I believe it's tough.
Anyways, Dortmund later then conceded.
Okay, so 2-0
right?
down.
But then there was this whole running joke where it was like, yeah, but Diaby fouled Royce. So long in the build-up play as well. But that it was just like a running joke between the commentators on Twitter. And then essentially we tied it up. They scored. We tied it up. And then Royce drew a pen. And then we scored. And we won 4-3. What a game. Oh, and then there was another thing where they were throwing beer cups at Haaland. So Haaland took a sip of one of them. I think he got in trouble for that.
Declan Rice did it first.
Good for him, I guess.
Yeah. Haaland's a follower. He's not a leader.
Yeah, bro. Tell him to lead something, bro. Be better.
Haaland did one of those games again where you look at the stat sheet and you're like, oh my God, Haaland now has 66 games and 67 goals and 67 goals and 66 games.
Odegaard's going to tell him to reach Arsenal, bro. He's going to be like, yo, come on,
and
man.
then, so
brother,
you're going to see the stats and you're going to be like, wow, Haaland's doing so good. That was a game where he did fucking nothing. I think he touched the ball twice and scored twice.
Sir. People don't understand this. As a striker, you have one job. Your job is to put the ball in the net.
Yes.
If as long as you do that, it's a good game.
I'm very thrilled he put the ball in the net. I am just saying he didn't do it. He had 2 touches on the ball and scored 2 goals. But then there would be those people who are like generational. Because you see 2 goals.
Because you see the stats. He has the stats to back it up. But that's what I used to think about Kane all the time. Like when I was hating on Kane all the time, I was like, yo, this guy does nothing. All he does is fucking touch the ball in the net. But then all of a sudden, this guy became the playmaker of the century. I was like, when the fuck did you learn how to pass like that? But anyways, so I'm trying to be more objective with my assessments on Kane because...
Can't stand that guy.
Me neither. But, anyways, there's this guy named Tomiyasu who's a right back from Japan. He's pretty good, bro.
Oh yeah, you guys just signed him.
He runs quick, bro. He almost scored a nasty goal, bro.
He runs quick.
He's quick.
He reminds me of Hector Bellerin.
No.
Remember when Hector Bellerin was young, promising, and nasty?
You know what happened? He was nasty, young, promising. When he was quick, and then he got injured, lost a lot of pace, and he's been bad ever since. Actually, I wouldn't even say he's been bad ever since. He has periods where he's like, yo, this is the best right back on the planet, and then immediately goes to bottom. He goes from top 5 to bottom 5 right backs within the same season. And he's finally gone, but Tomiyasu looks good. I'm not saying anything because it's one game. He played 60 minutes. Obviously, I'm not crazy. And did Arsenal play well? No. We played like ass, but we won. I got to take something.
You guys are out of the relegation battle.
That's take good stuff, right? We got our first relegation battle and we won it, so that must mean we're at least better than the relegation sides, right? So steady the shit. Everyone, calm down, guys. Calm down. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. After that game, I'm fully expecting to lose to Burnley next week, but I don't know where we're gonna go from here, bro.
I forget which media show it was, but they were saying they expect Arsenal to finish in the bottom 10 of the league.
Yeah, but media's stupid.
That is insane.
When they finished 10th,
when you think about
10th last year?
We finished 8th.
8th? That's not bad. That means when I
No.
load up Wikipedia, you guys are...
No, it's bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
No, I understand it's bad, but like, you know when you open up EPL on Google and it shows you the list, at least you could see them. You don't go and scroll.
Listen, back in the day when Liverpool were finishing like between 6th and 10th, they did this thing where they signed a good manager and then he brought them success, made them money, built a team, brought them success. When Arsenal finished low between 6th and 8th, they said, hey, you've never managed before. Let's give you a try. And now we are in our current position. Do I think it's his fault? Not entirely. But
I think
he's not doing much to give me confidence.
to be fair, I think in a position like that, I think a lot of it's the manager's fault. I do.
Well, we haven't had a good game in literally, I don't know how long.
That's the manager's fault, no?
Yeah,
Manager can only do so much with the quality of the players, though.
we're not an eight.
No.
Look, if you look at our team on paper, we should be challenging for Champions League.
Agreed. Like, if you look at, no disrespect, like, this is a team that made me fall in love with the team I love. But you look at Klopp's 2013 Dortmund side. Eesh. You can't tell me the center defensive mid duo of Bender and what was the other?
Listen,
Kiel, Bender and Kiel. You have Schmelzer, Subotic, Hummels, which was nasty, Piszczek, which was good.
we had Champions League with Chamak as our starting striker.
So I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's good, but I'm just saying, like,
Okay. But I will say the game for then versus now is vastly different.
agreed. But I'm just saying that a good manager, can win
It's true,
you.
but I promise you, if Klopp had that exact same team and you put him in now, he would get smacked
I agree.
consistently.
I agree. But you could also give Klopp a poor team now, and he won't get smacked.
Well, he had a poor team for a long time for Liverpool, and he was getting smacked. And then when his players started coming back slowly, that's when he was able to make the push back into Champions League.
Hey, but you did it.
Yeah, when his good players were coming back. That's what I'm saying. Listen, he's right. There's only so much a manager can do. If your team is dirt, then you can... Listen, a good manager can take a dirt team from 15th to like 12th. But you're not taking a 15th quality team to Europa League.
To 5th.
Okay? That's not happening.
You're not jumping 10 places with a good manager.
All I'm saying is in my Real Betis career mode, I got the Champions League in year 1. I don't know if you know this, but they finished like 12th.
And you got Champions League
We got Champions
the
League.
next year? Did you make any signings?
I did.
Oh, who'd you sign?
I signed Gabriel Martinelli. I signed Kubo.
Oh, so what you're saying is the 12th place team wasn't good enough to get into Champions League, so even in FIFA you had to improve the team to get higher? Is that what you're saying?
All I'm saying is I did it. Okay.
I'm just pointing out that I don't blame everything on Arteta. Is he a good coach? No. Because I can clearly see that by how we play. It's fucking horrid. It hurts.
Yeah,
It hurts to watch.
I can imagine.
Like, even when we were getting smacked back in the day, it was so nice to watch us pass around fluidly or attack. We would score goals, great, amazing. And now it's just
Like, how
all
far
bad.
back in the day are you talking right now? Are you talking like the
Thierry Henry back in the day?
No,
or like the
I'm
Lucas
talking about-
Podolski,
No, I'm talking about like just the Wenger days. Like, we know,
like
we're
Puma
not-
shirts?
Yeah, yeah, up into the Puma shirts. I mean, even when friggin' what's it called?
Ozo.
Not.
Best-
I
best.
the Adidas. Even when our beginning of the Adidas days, even like when Emery, there was like times when I was like, damn, like we're putting together some nice passes. Our attack looks so nice and pretty, but even if we lose, you would always be able to fall back on that. Now we got nothing.
My favorite part about Emery being the manager was when he said, "Good evening."
Oh man, tried his best, bro. No, that made it so much worse when we lost to Villarreal and Twitter was literally just good evening. The whole fucking Twitter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, whatever, man. It is what it is. We'll see where it goes. I hope Arteta gets fired. I kind of wish we lost yesterday so he would have just lost his job and then got it over with.
You think he's on his last loss?
He was on his last loss last season.
He should have been fired when we lost to Villarreal. And this guy's like, hey, Pep played a false 9. Let me try. And then we fucking lost. Like, what the... Anyways, we're not going to talk about that. Anyways.
Yeah, we got switch the topic.
Yeah, Pogba's nasty. I forgot to say that Lingard goal was...
The Bruno goal was class.
Yeah, Bruno goal, yeah, it was. He shot it from far. It was a great shot. Yes, I see that sometimes. But I'm talking about the smooth, sexy, sensual... play that led to Lingard's goal felt real good. It was real good. The way Pogba got, the way he won the ball, he made the pass outside the foot, little spin, the dummy.
That's the sexiest pass ever.
Outside the foot.
You know the crazy thing? I don't know how to do it. I keep trying to do it, but I don't know how to do it.
I can do it, but it'll only go where I want it to go, like 2 out of 10 times.
See, I can't get the spin on it. I used
to be able to do it. I'm not gonna claim.
But you got to
I
think
can
about
still do it.
The difference in the pitch. Like when you're playing in the Premier League, the pitch is always fresh and watered, and like it's easy to get the spin on the ball.
No,
you can do it on regular pitches too.
It's not as easy.
But like I know, I just think their quality, they could do it on anything.
I mean, no, I used to be able to do it pretty consistently back in the day. I will never, ever claim I can do it now because someone's going to test me and it's going to come off bad. So I'm going to say I can't do it right now. I used to be able to do it. Okay? But I can't do whatever Pogba does. That's what I'm going to tell you.
No, you can't do the same thing that a $500,000 a week player does? Wow.
Man, I can't. It's a shame, bro. But it's interesting. The season seems like it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited. Not for Arsenal, but just to see the rest.
And that's not bad. Like I feel like once you accept that, it's going to be a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm starting to watch like other games and not like last season. I was just like, oh, Arsenal. I'm only watching Arsenal games because that's all I had time for. But now I'm like, at least let me catch like bits and pieces of like all the other games.
Get a little bit of that Brighton magic.
No, not Brighton. Fuck Brighton.
They have a good team.
Yeah, they do have a good team.
They have a fun team. So
I find hold on, before I find that's you said once you accept the fact that it's not going to be a good season, it's easier to watch. That is the biggest problem with Toronto sports fans. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
No, the thing with Toronto sports fans right now is, I think for every Toronto team, I think, well, no, outside of the Blue Jays, because the Blue Jays are what the Leafs were 5 years ago, which is young and exciting. I feel like now with the Leafs and the Raptors, you can't enjoy the season because all you're waiting for are the playoffs.
Well, I know the Raptors are kind of. I think they're going to trend downhill. I don't.
No, I think
Raptors on rebuild.
They're in rebuild mode right now. 100%. I feel like what's their owner's name?
Masai.
Yeah. I think he said that he's staying. If he left, I think it would have been bad. But I know he's staying.
You know why he's staying? He got paid a pretty penny.
I think he's the highest paid executive in the league now.
Oh, really?
But I don't know.
Deservedly so. Like I think he did.
No, he's done a very good job.
If I was Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, there's nobody I'd rather give my money to. Trust in Masai. The guy is like amazing.
Yep.
Can he run hockey as well? Or is
Masai, do you want to be the Leafs general manager?
No, but like
maybe don't even be the Leafs general manager. Just be like, hey Dubas, here's some tips. Do this.
But like, I'm assuming because he has like basketball knowledge. No.
Yeah.
So I don't think would he be a good Leafs guy?
I don't know. Maybe he's just saying yours is just so bad that you take whatever. No
matter what the Leafs do, somebody's gonna find something to fucking complain about on Twitter.
But listen to this.
It's Arsenal fans.
No, it's not like Arsenal fans. What are you talking about?
Okay, go ahead.
Bro, we've been trending downwards for friggin' 15 years. You don't think I have the right to complain?
Listen.
About what's happening?
No, you have.
Do you think we went undefeated? They were like, hey, Arsenal is so good.
The Leafs haven't won a cup since 64, buddy.
Listen.
Get your facts straight.
67.
67.
Listen, no one is
That was
talking
born in
about.
64.
Don't shaft us like that.
I'm not comparing. First of all, I'm not comparing the Leafs to Arsenal. Two, there's been multiple occasions where Leafs looked like they were going to win the cup at least, right? Well, people thought that it could happen
I shouldn't
until
have brought this
Boston showed up.
conversation
Right? So, another sense, I don't even know where I was going now. All I know is I'm sad about this, so we don't need to mention Arsenal anymore. We've
Fair
already
enough.
we've passed Arsenal.
The Leafs don't start for another month. Let's save the stress for then. Let's stay happy right now.
Yeah. No, but the thing is like they're gonna start in a month, and like I said, I just said that to Andre. Like, even you, I don't give a shit anymore about the regular season. I just don't.
I do. I mean, it's the first regular non-COVID season in the past 2 years. I'm kind of excited to not watch the Leafs face Ottawa 14 times in a fucking year.
I don't know, man. Like I'm at a point with the Leafs where I'm kind of bring me the playoffs now. Like I don't care.
They got to make the playoffs. Think about their division right now.
It's tough.
Tampa Bay, Boston, Florida.
Andre, I know you don't watch hockey, but the Leafs are in this position where Jacob and I are not very confident.
Okay, hold on. Don't put words in my mouth.
Are you confident?
In what? The playoffs?
Yeah.
100%. 100%. 100% confident. Getting to the playoffs. Once we get into the playoffs, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I don't know. They're a special team, let's just put it that way.
They're a team that pulls heartstrings, pulls the heart out of your chest.
Bro, they don't even pull heartstrings. They pull on every string.
They cut you open. They shear you.
Yeah, they just
emotionally.
It's like, how can you be winning a playoff game 4-1 with 8 minutes left in the third period and lose? Oh my goodness! Whatever.
We're not talking about
Yeah, we're not talking about it.
Let's let you guys.
Let's save it for April.
Y'all can go.
We'll save it for when the Leafs start playing Game 1 against Montreal and we get our fucking shit rocked. Okay.
Yo.
Look me and tell me that's not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
I already see the Twitter headlines. Leafs lose 4 straight against the Montreal Canadiens since the playoffs.
Ugh. I want to talk about it.
When was the last time? I think I was on Twitter and the Leafs. Did they get swept last time they were in the playoffs?
No, they were up 3-1 and lost.
Oh, they did that twice?
No, they didn't do that twice. The time they were up, the time I was talking about, they were up 3-1 in the game, and they lost.
But isn't that what?
So they were up 3-1 in the playoff series, and they needed the fourth win, and they lost 3 games in a row.
The first time Boston beat us.
Yes.
It went to What was the series?
1-7.
It was 3-3. It was like game 7,
yeah.
and they were winning 3-1 with 9 minutes left in the third period.
And then they lost that. Then
Shit the bed.
And then the second time,
I mean, technically they did still do it twice. It's just 3-1 was in.
Technically, they blew a 3-1 lead in 2 different ways. But
what's the third way we're gonna do it?
the second time they went to the playoffs was the Washington series.
But that was like post rebuild. That was a good series.
Yeah, but they didn't make the playoffs after the Boston series until
I know,
the Washington
because
series.
that was post rebuild.
The Washington playoff series was the best series I've ever watched. That shit was so fun to watch.
So that was a good series. That went to 6.
And they weren't even supposed to make the playoffs, so I could watch the games being like, okay, whatever happens, happens. There's no, like, expectations
After that,
here.
what was it? The Boston, where we were up in Game 6, blew that game, and then fucking got slaughtered in 7.
I don't think so. They faced Boston twice. So it was the Washington series. They lost in 6. And then they faced Boston the year after. And they were down 3-2 in the series, I think. They forced the game 7. And then they lost the game like 7-4 or something, that crazy game.
Yes, and then the year after...
we were up 3-2. We were up 3-2. Lost at home.
We were up in that game too. We were winning that game when we blew the lead. They tied the series
And then we went to
they slaughtered us in Boston.
Went to Boston and they lost like 5-1 or something like that. And then Columbus
and then Montreal.
That doesn't count. Columbus doesn't count. I don't count that as a playoff series. That's a play-in series. So let's just whatever. Let's not get into it. And then the last year with Montreal. But
so it's just disappointment. Holy shit, this is fun. Fuck. What the fuck? Whatever, it doesn't count. I want to commit suicide.
It's not even I want to commit suicide. It's like we're here again. We're doing this again.
I'm saying y'all should just join me and watch tennis, bro. I don't know.
Bro, I've been watching tennis.
Did you watch the finals yesterday?
Yes.
My Filipina. She lost though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay, bro. She gave it her best shot. This was her first time in there.
Two 18-year-olds.
Pretty damn good, bro.
I really hope Djokovic loses today.
My girlfriend fucking loves Djokovic.
Why? Bro?
I like him. Like he's okay, but like I don't like when I don't want him to win.
I saw watching tennis with her.
Is it just because he wins all the time?
No, it's because I'm a Nadal guy. Like I like watching Nadal. So like if Djokovic wins, he has the most Grand Slams ever, and I'm like, stop. Like let Nadal win a couple, and then you can win a couple. Like
no, I see. I'm the opposite. I'm more like on a personal level. I don't like him. Like I see his face, and I'm just like, my girlfriend's like, yeah, what a serve, Djokovic. Good job. I was just like, I'm gonna punch this fucker in the face.
He does have a face that's like,
oh, they're very like. We talked about this on the podcast. Few months ago, where it's like there are just some people out there that have a face where they don't even need to say a word, and you just want to knock their fucking teeth in. Brad Marchand has the face of a fucking rat. There's some people, I'm not gonna say it. There were some people in our high school that I felt that same way. I was like,
oh, 100%. We could name names right now.
I remember sitting at the lunch table with Andre, and then this specific guy would start talking, and I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna go buy a cookie. I gotta leave.
I'm gonna go spend money just so I'm gonna hear your voice.
It got to that stage.
There's so many people like that in my high school too.
And
they always thought you were friends with them.
So we were talking about this in the group chat. It's a shame Johnny's not here. But we were literally, whole discussion. It's like, in our high school, we were very football-orientated high school. So
football as in like
soccer.
Footy or as in...
Soccer. So it was like, the pedigree, your status within the high school was based on your footballing abilities. And we were thinking, where it's like, how is person 1, person 2 regarded on such high pedigrees? Like they weren't even nasty. And then it's like Andre's like, honestly, yeah. Player 1, I think touched the ball one time in the hallway and like automatically propelled himself to like the elite standard. It's like how?
It's all about your associations. We talked about this. There are a couple, because there's a couple that touch league. Those, if you're associated closely enough with them, then
you were nasty. If you knew, we had this one guy who was genuinely a good player, never really lived up to his potential, like didn't follow up with his footballing career. But I was like, if you were friends with him, you could be shit, but you were considered decent.
Man, it's just, I don't know, bro. I don't know. All I know is I've had a lot of football trauma. We don't have enough time to get into all my trauma.
We can talk about that next. Next week we have a special episode.
Yes, we do.
We have a special episode. Tell you about it later.
Jeez.
I can't spoil because I can't spoil the next episode right now.
Am I included in the next episode?
I don't think so.
Oh my days! I can do me like that live.
You asked live.
Only thing I don't think we have enough mics.
Oh, it's saying there's gonna be more people.
There's only 4 slots in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go fuck myself. It's alright.
It's alright, man.
It can be fun.
I can help you.
Oh my god, man. But yeah, another day.
We'll talk about the football traumas. Did you have any football traumas?
Me?
Yeah. Growing up? Like, has a coach ever looked you directly in the face and said, yeah, I'm benching you because you're not as good as this player?
Bro, when we played footy, my dad was a fucking coach. You know how many times I got ripped a fucking new ass on the way home from a footy game? Like,
that means 2 weeks from now, we're going to have some good fucking conversations.
yeah, like, there was one, I don't remember where it was. Do you remember the game where I don't know if you were on the team then, where the other coach called my dad a pedophile?
Yes, I was on the team.
That same game, I remember I took a throw in, I threw the ball, and it bounced over the guy I threw it to, and the guy went in and scored easy. I got ripped for it. He was like, what the fuck kind of throwing was that? I was like, I threw it at his foot and it bounced past him. Like, how's that me? And then it was like, all right, fine, like whatever. Second half comes. Guy went to go take a shot. I went to go block it. It hit the underside of my leg, bounced past our keeper into the net. Oh my God.
I know Andre's that was our coach as well for a little bit. Did you have any moments like that?
Actually, I have one too. There was a field in Brampton. I don't remember what field it is. I was running, chasing the guy, and I went to turn, and I stepped in a pothole in the field, and like tripped, and everybody on the other team was like, "Oh!" Like he did me, and he like got past me nicely, and I was
exactly what happened against this.
Yeah, right.
No, I was playing him. And
so
he fucking did that shit, and he's been trying to shit on me ever since.
All I did, it wasn't you, man. It wasn't you. It was just, I just felt like it was a really nice touch from me. You made it look better than it was.
All I remember, I was so mad because the reaction of the other team, I was like, I stepped in a pothole, like relax. Like
in this position, no, but like, I don't know how it looked like in your case, but your case, it genuinely looked like you slipped because you're like fucking in the air. Because what happened was, it was like the ball was in the air, and like me and Andre were both running for it. I think Andre was like the ball didn't even fall on the floor yet, and Andre already like mid slip. The ball was still in the air, and Andre like slipped, and like it was just like.
So what you're telling me is you didn't do him at all?
No.
He just fell.
Well, like, I just like busted his balls about it.
He's mad. It's because there was a team with a bunch of the people, but I was already on a team and they asked me to join. I was like, nah, I can't join your guys' team. So then they beat our team, and then this guy is like, see, and I fucking sniped you at the same time. This guy just shitting on me the whole time.
No, to be fair though, I'm gonna give myself credit. That was a nice fucking touch.
I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, because you were looking at the sky. the ball was flying.
You were going for a swim.
To be fair, that was probably I don't know how the ref did it. Like pre-game said, no, we're not playing.
And our whole team was there the whole time. It's like, are we even playing? Yo, mans are like, yo, I'm trying to go watch Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones was coming back for the first time that season. Like everyone was trying to leave. Yeah,
it was like half raining, half hailing, it rained.
And the ref was like half hour late, bro.
Yeah, it rained to start the game. It stopped. Ridiculous winds with snow. Yeah. It was like called for 5 minutes for hail. The hail eased up, and it was just raining. And then I remember, like after maybe like 80th minute, my foot stepped into a pothole, and it was on already a sprained ankle. Fucked up my ankle completely. Once that I was laying on the ground, all I remember is it started coming down.
Yeah, nah.
And it was freezing, and it was probably the worst conditions I've ever played in my life.
Sounds like a good time to me.
No. Listen, playing in the rain's amazing. When it's cold, windy, fucking
snowing, hail,
half
snow,
rain, snow,
it's fucking
freezing and disgusting.
And not even that.
That was not fun.
It was one of those. It was one of those fields. Think of a grass field like right after winter.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a nice field either.
Yeah.
It was like a grass field that was like
hard and muddy,
and like the grass wasn't cut properly, so it was really fucking long.
I did not want to play that game at all. Yo, our captain and 6 other players were at fucking Cabana Pool Bar all day, and then they were like 15 minutes late to the game. We're like, yo, we have like 6 guys here, and they're like, don't worry, we're coming, don't worry. That was just the whole thing was just a.
That was a shit show. I remember warming up with my sprained ankle. I'm like, this is fucking bad, but we're gonna make it work.
And I had work the next day, which made it even worse.
I think everyone that you said football trauma, right?
Yeah.
Anybody that's played center back in their life has stuck their foot out to block a shot and taken it right in the fucking deck. That is a football trauma because it hurts so bad. It's like you're not expecting it, and it just gets you right where it shouldn't. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna go on the bench, and I'm probably gonna puke. It's the worst feeling.
You know what's a bad feeling though? I used to feel really bad about this. I'm a really bad defender. Fun fact, I used to play right back. But no, I'm a really bad defender. If you guys know me enough to know the way I press, I just run at the guy. So I get megged a lot to the point where I don't even feel anything anymore. Everyone's like, ooh. I'm just like, shit, I've been never getting to me, buddy. And I go and clean him out.
Work back.
Work back. Get megged again. Ah! Work back.
Oh man, you want to know?
Then you got that one guy on the other team. Close your legs, bro.
Andre has this mentality where it's like, the ball can go through me. You can get the ball past me, but you're not getting through me.
It's like Chiellini in the England game, just grabbed the guy's shirt and yank.
Oh my god, man. But yeah, no, you're talking about, listen, one of this said guys, touch league soccer class, okay? Already soccer class is a very toxic environment for the footy people. Now imagine you're there just having fun, we're playing footy, having fun, and then said league attending gentleman gets the ball. You're like, I'll go defend him. And then what does he do? Does he flick it over your head? Yeah, he does that. And then you're like, shit, it's over me. Don't worry, I can still get it though. So you turn around, and then does he run? No. What he does instead is he waits till the ball lands and he just taps it back through your legs. So not only did I get over my head, turn back through my legs, this guy goes off, takes one touch, and just bangs it top corner. And
that's when you just look at the bench
and let me tell you that there were a lot of people with spares that day. So it was seen by a great many people. And
but it just shows you, like, that's one of those situations where you just gotta sit there and be like,
bravo to you.
No, it's one of those things where that's why I'll never be in league. You know what I mean? It's like the level difference. I played pickup one time with a guy who was like, he played league, but he played in like low division league. Mm-hmm. Like this is like a league in fucking Slovakia. Mm-hmm. I think it was Slovakia. Because I played rep with him, and then like I joined. I played rep with him way back in the day. He touched league. He plays for the national Pakistan team. And
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and so like I went to go play pickup with him and his I went with my buddy, but like he was part of the group. Mm-hmm. So we all played pickup together. Oh, he's an animal. Mm-hmm. He's an animal, and it just shows. Like, think about people in the league. They don't got a chill mode when they play pickup.
It's just like go.
It's just go. It's like, oh, it's a game. It's a game. So I'm gonna play at this level.
Pickup is one of the most toxic environments that you can play footy in.
I think soccer class takes 100%. The cake. I think soccer class takes the cake.
A lot of ego and loud noises and
cussing
and the minute anything happens, all you hear is people start around.
Anyways, let's wrap it up. I don't want to talk about football. Football trauma could be a whole other episode.
I'm sad now, bro.
Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Tell all your friends about us.
Don't.
And that's all I'm going to say. Like, I don't know. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I know we did. We enjoyed talking about random stuff.
We didn't get into the topic I wanted to get into.
So it's a conversation.
Save it another time.
Save it for another time.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what you were waiting for.